Right, back for another gaming session. Right, this afternoon we're going to do a bit of SnowRunner. I'm kind of a little bit stuck on some of the jobs in this. I started this quite late, last year I think sometime. But about 11 months ago I got this and it's been out for 5-6 years I guess. Very good game. I bought the 4th anniversary or whatever edition, which gave me 4 years of the content, although they have done a 5th one apparently. I haven't bought that yet. We're still trying to do the base game, let alone all the other maps. So yeah, we're still in Michigan and stuff. Have a look, because I'll have a look at the stats and stuff on the map. I remember all the map locations and stuff. So interactive maps, we have a look. So there is Michigan. There's 3 maps in Michigan. So I don't think I've done that much of Island Lake. I mean, we've got there, but I've still got missions on all of those maps, so we haven't finished Michigan yet. I might go on and sorry, there's 4 maps because Drummond Island as well. So then there's Alaska, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 maps, and then there's Taymyr in Russia, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 maps. Then the Kola Peninsula, which is 2 maps. Yukon is 2 maps. Wisconsin, 2 maps. Amur, Russian Federation, is 4 maps. And then another 2 in the Russian Federation at Don. And then there's Maine, that's got 2 maps. Tennessee's got a map. Then there's Central Asia's got 4 maps. Ontario, Canada's got 2 maps. British Columbia's got 2 maps. Scandinavia's got 2 maps. North Carolina's got 4 maps. Almaty region's got 1 map. Austria's got 2. Quebec's got 2. Washington's got 3. And then Zidania, which I think is the new one, they've got 2. Which is 17 seasons. Over 5 sort of big updates. But yeah, I'm still on the first bit. So. This is one of those games, a bit like The Division and stuff, in the fact that maybe No Man's Sky, where it's certainly in the top 10 games as far as gaming content and hours that you can play for the game, although it does cost quite a bit of money. But I managed to get the 4-year thing for about, I want to say about £35, which was very good, because when the game came out it was about 40, and then each DLC was like 15 or 20. Yeah, so I mean, you can be looking at a couple £100 for all the content in this game, but if you get it on sales and stuff like that, and you get the anniversary editions, so I don't know if they've actually done a 50th anniversary edition for this. They've brought out the seasons anyway. So I'm stuck in I think the jobs I'm on at the moment I'm really stuck with. I don't have the pulling power or the space or brains or anything, so we're kind of kiboshed on I might see if I can get some of the other missions done. God, I really don't know. Need to go up here. Is this the Drummond Island connection? Smithfield Dam. Let's get in this thing a sec. I'm going to drive it to the tunnel. Otherwise, not going to get any driving in at this rate. I mean, this is my utility vehicle at the moment. It does most of the stuff, but it's if this thing tips over, it's a bit of a nightmare. Oh, it is a nightmare. Let me just refuel. 2 litres. I think like the fuel usage as well in hard mode is like the logistics, not only the economy, it's very different in I got stuck already. Let's get the all-wheel drive on. Right, I've gone 10 feet and I'm stuck. Have I got anything to winch off? That's a no. It's just not in range, is it? God damn it. Okay boys, we got on the vehicle, we've gone 20 feet. It's game over. Son of a bitch. I'm so rusty with the controls, man. How do I winch again? Is it Y? Or winch? Remember. Remember if just a bit to the left it's better. To the right here, it's very muddy and deep here. Let's put the low gear on and the diff lock. And we're stuck. Jesus Christ. Now I'm remembering why I stopped playing the game. Myself wedged up against trees. That's not good. You use more fuel and everything as well when you're... Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think I can winch over to the other trees that are too far away. Those trees on the left, but This is a terrible position to be in. I can't back up because of a tree. Not that I can. I think it's not going to. Left was a better path. Also the train doesn't like, and the more you drive in certain bits the worse it gets. Sometimes you think, well, this looks drier, but it's actually muddier, but you don't need things to winch onto. Well, I just used like 30 litres of fuel just getting out of that place. Right, let's turn the diff lock off because super slow speed. The only problem is if I've got no fuel on the other map, I need to try and take a is this thing here. It's a small Bowser. I think it only can be pulled by the scout though. Always massive lags when I switch camera views. There's something wrong with this game with its optimization because generally it runs okay, it's not, you know, but switching cameras and things like that, I mean, you know, it's always had it, and I've seen it on other people's stuff as well. So, Drummond Island, I'm just going to get here and go forward a bit and park it, and then we're going to go get the scout, maybe take that fuel trap, but that fuel thing only carries 500 fuel. And Michigan's like meant to be one of the easier areas. It's been super tough for me. Yeah, the maps. Oh, damage the engine already. Right, so let's have a look. Where are we here? Okay. Orient the camera. Actually, I don't want to go down here, do I? I want to go here. There's a trailer, but that's no good. It's a man or mouse. It's got some stuff on it for a job. Actually want to go through there if I can. Let's see if I can cut the corner here. So in hard mode, you spend about 70% of your time trying to maneuver fuel around. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave this here just a sec. Let me stop the engine. I want to go get the scout. Which is back in no shit, where is it? Island Lake. This gets to Drummond Island. Map. Map. But I think this appears at a different location. So we've just filled up, I guess I filled up my roof rack, yeah, roof rack's full. Right, this thing could be a bit tippy, so if I'm going to come back this way, I need to turn around. You can drive in, like inside the cabs in this game, but it's generally not worth it because you need to see the road layout and stuff. So because the terrain's so difficult, there's a few things that we are going the right way, aren't we? Yeah, that's not the... So we could try and pick up that fuel carrier, take it with us. I'm going to keep all-wheel drive off until we get a little bit stuck because it uses up more fuel using the... Sometimes it's, yeah, like in hard mode you have to go, because sometimes if you're constantly getting stuck but saving fuel, then you're wasting fuel because you get stuck. If you use all-wheel drive you get stuck less, but then you're using more fuel. Not sure which way to go here. But the graphics, terrain, conditions with the rain and the mud and snow, and I mean, I've played this game for like, I don't know, 100 hours or something, and it's called SnowRunner. I haven't seen any snow yet. It's like Michigan's not the snowy bit. The next one in Alaska, I think we have some snow maybe, I'm not sure. If you hit rocks and crash into things, you get a lot of damage done to your vehicle. So although this car looks beat up, I've repaired it so many times. But you actually, in hard mode, you really need to try and not damage the vehicles because the repair costs are astronomical. You certainly can play this game on easier settings than I'm trying to do at the moment. You can play co-op and all that sort of stuff. So when we go in, yeah, off to the right, we'll try and pick up that. If I put all-wheel drive on, you'll see when I put my foot down, we're up to like 8 to 10 litres per minute. Like 9, 8, 9s, depends on the... Whereas if you have all-wheel drive off and the road's half passable, you're sort of like 3s and 4s, 5s. But I upgraded the suspension on this and the clearage, which is quite good for the swamps and stuff, but this has become quite tippy. This isn't great because I'm going to put my car sideways to the slope and the fuel thing's actually facing the wrong way. I've got the kids screaming outside, which is doing my head in. Okay, can we actually connect here? Pressing the wrong buttons, man. That's trailer. Oh, nearly threw us off. The game has a whole bunch of quirky stuff that happens with the physics. I'm going to put... How do I do all-wheel drive? I thought it was Y, but Y keeps showing me the damage. Oh, it's the left bumper and Y. This thing doesn't have a lot of pulling power. It should be enough for this thing, but... So not completely full this thing because... But I think on this other map, from an island, there's some fuel or something somewhere. I think it's, I don't think there's any stations. It's a big fuel thing, but you have to get to it. You have to repair a bridge. So... but I've yet to scout and get to these big looking towers on the map. You have to get to each one of them. Normally you do them in scout vehicles. Looks a bit muddy right in front of me, doesn't it? Don't fail me now. Oh, gone the wrong way again. It doesn't really look like there's a right-hand turn. Here's my other truck. Here it is. Right, so I'm going to leave this here for a sec. That's trailer. Because we need to get to this tower over here. And this defogs the map, doing each of these. A little bit of XP for them, but some of them are usually be in a bit tricky areas. Problem with this is I've got nothing to winch off here. I only really winch off can winch off some branches on the ground, but they don't usually, they snap and break. Oh, there's a thing here as well. The upgrades. Nice. Okay. So then that defogs some of the map. It also shows you the jobs and contracts that are new on the map. No, this game's quite different from Mud Runner. I mean, Mud Runner I think is a slightly better driving experience, but this is a much better game. back on a sec. This was much more polished objectives. The missions get quite repetitive. They're not really the same sort of game. The driving, as I say, is this girl just constantly screaming outside. Just give it a rest. There's an upgrade here. What's it an upgrade for? It'll be on the map sometimes. It's not worth it. I'll miss it. What is this? Drummond Islands. At the map. This is off-road gearbox. If I go down there, I'm not sure, can I get back up? So all this stuff to do with missions and like upgrades and the money and the thing that's not in SnowRunner really. Like some of the fuel and driving is, but it's quite a different game. This one has the way the economy. This looks very muddy here, doesn't it? Right, we don't need to do any more. Get the upgrade. So for the Fleet Star, the Chevrolet, and Star GMC and the White Star. These cost money if you can find them on the map. Saves you money. Okay. So let me have a look. Sideboard trailer there. Hidden tag is right near the entrance. Well, there is a fuel bowser, and there is a fuel semi-trailer is over there. I don't know whether I should leave this fuel thing here, or I think I should really take the fuel thing probably to about here. You never really know. If you tip over, you can't recover yourself. You need to get in other vehicles and come and recover your own self. There is a reset, but in hard mode, you have to pay. I think for this Jeep it's about 8 grand. Some of the other vehicles are 10 or 12. I've only got 22 after like 50 hours of playing or whatever. So you try not to damage the car, you try not to roll over, as then your whole session can be just about trying to recover yourself. It does happen quite a lot. And then because I'm in hard mode and that, the economy and the fuel and everything is quite a thing. I'm going to drive this. I need to go left. So there's not a lot of fuel in here. I'm going to take it over to this. So the way I would describe it is like Mud Runner and stuff is more just sort of, you know, it's where they got the concept of the game, spin tires before that, but there's the driving and the physics, and there's a little bit of get here, do that, pick this up and stuff, but you don't really have financial economy, you don't have the sheer number of trucks and vehicles. So when this came out, it was popular not just because, you know, it's more developed from the other games, it's because of the content. Up on this friggin' tree. So, you know, there's hundreds of vehicles in this game, and like vehicle upgrades, and it all just changed. I can't remember, it was quite a few years gap between Mud Runner and this as well, so but I did some Mud Runner on this channel a while back. I wanted to take this fuel thing and leave it because I need to drive all the way over there. There's not a fuel thing until somewhere over here. So we need to go right here. There's a light again. Headlights on, have I? What headlights again? Well, headlights was just something I had on the D-pad. It's L anyway. So. I think we just can open this job up by showing the task. Where do I want to leave this stuff? That's a little dead end there, isn't it? Probably leave it just here then. Somewhere it's not too muddy. But I will probably need to fill up. I'm down to 22 out of 72, so generally I don't use the stuff on the roof tank of this until, because I need that often as for emergencies. So let's refuel from the carrier. So yeah, it carries 900 actually, not 500, but it's only got 700 in it. Okay, so roof rack. Okay, but it tied me over. Oops, what am I doing? Touch trailer. Okay, so we're not going to have a lot of time today because I'm going to go to watch the football in a couple hours, but try and do the watchtower. So there's a watchtower. Well, it shows you where they are, but so there's I've got 3 watchtowers to do. So this one, if I can get across, but there's a bridge that's here that needs to be fixed. That job is support local rangers. I think I have to get that stuff off the map. What does it need to repair it? Wooden planks, yeah, because I don't think there's any wooden unless they're already on that flatbed. There's two ways across. There's one way that's really rocky and wet and stuff, and I might have to do in the Scout, which is this route up here, and it goes up here and around. And then there's a better route here, but the bridge is out, so the bridge needs fixing. So what happens in each of these maps, for anybody who's new to the game, is that essentially you use the Scout to do all the watchtowers. So you sort of defog the map, and then you get and go around collecting the jobs and the stuff. Then there'll be a bunch of jobs that like are affecting the map, like bridges are out and things you need to, roads are blocked and stuff. So then the next thing you do is start to unblock or unfudge the map. And then once you've done that, you then try and do the jobs and the tasks that are on the map, and then move on. So it's like watchtowers, fixing the map, and then jobs, because you can't do a lot of the jobs without fixing the map. Some of them you can, depends on the I just want to see if there's any logs. So you buy these logs and stuff from, and you have to carry them with certain vehicles, but sometimes they'll leave them. I don't think we get logs from here, do we? We get planks from here. So this has planks. You have certain loading bays and stuff where you buy stuff, get stuff, but the job to fix the road is so I think the logs are needed. Oh, actually there's a log thing here, so you could probably get them from here, but you'd need, maybe I can do that with the white stone then. Oh, they're long logs. Yeah, I don't think long logs are what we would need, do they? That's stuff you use with a crane. Stop the... So you can't see it because I've well, I can give you what I'm looking at using this thing, and you can click for different maps and stuff. So but to the right of where I am is the bridge to fix, but you need the logs. But then there is a fuel station actually on this map, and a fuel carrier on the other side. So it's off on the shaded area, so I think I can fuel it. So I think I'm going to have to go the long way round in the Scout. Rotate this map. Honestly, controls in this game sometimes just confuse the hell out of me. So I can take my Scout and go up round this way if we don't turn over, but there's some water bits to do. I don't need to worry too much about the fuel because I can fuel on the other side. I'll have to buy it. The logs though to fix this, well actually it does say planks, not logs. Oh okay, hang on a sec man. Ah, hang on. Right, I get all that. Let's go back here. Let's get in my fleet star. Yeah. stuck. Because I can probably put the planks in here then, and then get that bridge fixed. Yeah, I need to go right. Is it here? Wooden planks. So you can auto load for money. This thing does have a crane, so I can save the money and load it myself. I need the loo though. You're gonna have to give me a sec. Sorry about this. Engine up. Drinking too much Coke. We'll try and load the planks in this if we can, and then go fix that bridge. What about that? Too many drinks. Okay, so let's get the engine started. So, if I'm going to attempt this with my own crane, I have to get alongside the platform. You don't want to get too close, I think. You need to get like a couple feet away. And brake on. Then I need to activate the anchors, although they don't always work very well. I need to get the planks. I don't want to auto load it. How do I change it? Right, yeah, loading platform. So put it on there, and I need to go operate the crane. It's been a while since I've used the crane. Okay, attach, and then depending on what, we should be right with these, but you can tip yourself over and get yourself in a right old pickle with these. Check in front of me properly. I didn't click that on Twitch. Okay, so lift and lower. Okay. A little bit far away. like rubbing your head, patting your belly, this thing. I raised swing it over. Okay, now you can spend ages getting these like properly in, but you don't really need to, because you release the winch, you then come out of crane mode, I think. I don't know how to do it. You need to restore the crane, but then you can pack cargo, that's it, and then it straps it in. Now there was another tip that I'll just talk about here, whatever. So when you strap something in, it's like if it tips over and stuff, like the stuff is pretty much going to stay with the vehicle. It is sort of strapped in. But I can't remember what the thing is, but like things weigh twice as much when they're strapped in, so there's a bit of a cheat sometimes, like with like if you don't strap something in, it will be like half the weight. So like sometimes you can have it strapped in, you can get stuck in the mud or something, and then if you unstrap it, your whole vehicle will weigh less and you can get out of trouble a bit. The only problem is if you tip over, you know, there's a greater chance of you losing the cargo. Okay, so cargo management, loading platform, and because the money's so tight in, so like in normal mode rather than the hard mode, you'd probably always just auto load the cargo and pay, because the finances are just so different. Probably parked a bit too far away. I've gone about 6 feet away. You probably want to be about half that, but not right on top of it. Okay, let's attach. Reach a bit. Sometimes it won't pack it if it's not like here, it might not pack it. I need to get it like at least some way in the bed line. But that might be okay. I'll try it. The only downside with this packing thing is you have to restore the crane. Or you get the option, then you unpack and then pack. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so, and I'm still assuming I've got the right stuff, so now I need to go off this road. Check the map again. Well, actually this is quite a small tricky road. You really probably should go the long way round, because the road's better. So yeah, go round this way. I'll do that with the load, because I probably get stuck here, and if you get stuck there with a load, it's even. We go the long way round, and then over here somewhere will be the delivery or the bridge. Okay, so we need to back up, go up this road and to the right. Probably just turn around. But yeah, the physics, like everything handles differently, the weight is different. I mean, this is wood. If you're doing metal beams or generators or something, there's different trailers for different stuff. They all handle differently. All-wheel drive, non-all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Most of my upgrades have gone into this truck and a few others and the Scout. So it's kind of a job-based game, and if you're playing it on hard mode, then you're going to have a severe economy and logistics game. Right, just keep following the main road round. It's going to go left a bit before it then goes right. And as you play the game and make mistakes, you'll soon realise some of the things you're trying to avoid or not do. I don't know how much of this Joe, he said he had the game. I don't know if he's... I expect most people have done a lot more of the game than I have. Still don't have a chat for a minute. Go look at the map. Do, do, do. Oh yeah, I don't like mods or cheating and stuff, but I don't mind a bit of cheese. It's actually, I got that from a video about the packing and unpacking stuff. And it's not an exploit rank, they've left it in the game, but you know, like you could take a bounce and the cargo can like bounce out. But if you're a bit stuck and you're having a problem or something, and you've got a load like this, once you've tried all your diff locks and your other locks and it's not happening, then try and unpack the cargo and then gently try and drive, because the vehicle, everything will weigh a little bit less. It's just the way the game calculates. Oh god. Yeah, nothing to do. The problem with these sort of things like here is you need something to winch onto. So like, I'd probably go to the left, but then I've got a steeper bank line. I need either the trees or poles to winch to if I get stuck. Now how tall is that bank? Because I could go left and get to that pole, but I need to get up out of that pole's quite a long way back. Small trees snap, I don't know. In MudRunner you could hook onto logs like stumps, but in this game you can't. Oh, no, 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 don't tip over, LG. Whatever you do, don't tip over. Jesus, we nearly went then. Anyway, I didn't need to use the winch, but we nearly rolled it. How are we doing for fuel? Not a lot, so here's the bridge out here, so I think I have to deliver it to where this happening is, so I can see that we just need to navigate this bit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The thing that often catches you out is that the cambers. You sometimes look like this and you don't. You can see the cambers better when you're in cab view, like how much it pitches to the left or right. Then you can't see all the other terrain stuff. But like here, I don't want to go too far to the left because then the whole thing's going to roll over. So you'll see this bridge that's out in front of me. So I'm gonna try and get it over to this right side and then level. If I show the task. Accept it. I was going to say, where have I got to take it? Actually down here, so the yellow box. Yours on the other side. Brake. And it also cambers to the left here quite a bit. You know what? I don't think that job was it, was it? I think it's not giving me the complete the job, and that's because I don't think I've started the job. Let me just check the map again. Oh. I support the local rangers is the job, and then this is the drop-off. Well, there's two delivery points. There's one either end of the bridge, but that's usually so that you can do it. So why isn't it giving me the usually it says deliver cargo when you're on the do I have to unpack it? No, I don't think so. Something different with the packing or unpacking. Waste too much fuel going back. Let me make sure I accepted this job properly. I thought I did, but maybe we didn't. Show task. Restart. Start tracking. Deliver to the Rangers Bridge, which is right in front of me. Is it not my cargo? Put the local rangers. Wooden planks. What have I got on me? These are wooden planks. Or are they wooden beams? What am I actually carrying? Confused. Whoops. Here we go. Unload. Stop. Stop. What I wasn't doing. Didn't come up last time. Right? Okay, so we didn't get money, we got a little bit of money, 1,000. Right, it's easy to pull off these bridges as well. Take it slow. And then I need full power up the hill. And I've lost already. Right, here's the garage. More screaming outside, honestly. Why it affects my mental health so much. So yeah, there's a fuel thing here and the station. Fuel I can take it for free. Station I'll have to pay. And then there's another bridge to fix. Let's get to the fuel station and top up this, and then I'll bring the scout across. I need to... down at 120 out of 240. I'll probably fill up from the Bowser. Let's check what the prices vary a little bit. Like 2 something's cheap, 3 is expensive. I don't know how much. Here it is. Oh, it's 5. Wow, that's really expensive. Oh gosh. But that trailer now becomes ours. We discovered it. So we can go to refuel. Fuel carrier selected, that's got 3,700. And then I can fill up from here. But yeah, so 3,700 times 5 if I was to fill it up from there. So it'd be like 20,000 or something to build that thing back up. That's like all my money. Right, so I'm going to go get the scout. I might leave this fuel thing here because if we're coming from that bit of the map, it may be needed. This tourist attraction thing is I think these flags are the time jobs. I don't do those. I only do the main story stuff. We could try, because I've got the scout, I could try and take this cut through. I'll be past the fuel Bowser, and then there's a road, then it kinks up round. I mean, famous last words. We lost already. It's not here, is it? I'm really confused where I'm going. It wants me to go right, but I think we can just cut across, can't we? Yeah, that's... Why would you do that bit? These can be difficult games to play because it is quite a slow game, like doing the time when you have accidents and roll over and stuff. A, it's very frustrating, and B, it does actually take you quite a lot of time. So you could like have a job that would, let's say, take 2 hours to do. Then you roll over, you run out of fuel, you need to go for fuel, go repair, you know. So then a 2-hour job ends up being like a 5-hour job. And the game's so massive, so much content, so if you're working and busy, like it's one of those games that's, well, there's a new saying these days, it's a little bit sexist, but what they call it, dad-friendly games or something. Not very dad-friendly, or mum-friendly. Come on, baby. Okay, I will fill up from here again. Already used 20 litres. Let's get in there. Refuel. Okay, so now I am going to go to here. I can set a marker, but these markers are a bit weird because they just do a direct line rather than the road, but you know, that's often the route you won't take. Sometimes in a scout you can do it though, because you can cut through the trees, but that top road is really the way I'm meant to go. Let's just have to see how big the gap is to get through these trees. If anything can do it, it's the scout. But it looks very muddy. That actually looks quite hilly. There's a way here in front of me. Not get stuck on these. Okay, I'll tip over. Find a way through. Oops, oops. Okay, I'm getting this watchtower done. Get the second one done. Little bridge here. Let's get this at the right angle. It wouldn't be the damage for falling over, it'd be the fact that your truck would roll over. I actually think I need to go here. No, 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 oh no. I went off the back there. Okay. Do. Nice. Let's have a look at the map then. So, of bridges and men. Of bridges and men. So, let's just have a look at that then. So that's gonna want fix that bridge. So that's wooden planks. Okay, I can only get the cargo back from where I've got it. It's not going to be... Well, there's a marker here which says a bridge is immense. I wonder if they've actually got some wood sat in that. I wouldn't be able to tow it probably with the scout though. Look like it's full of anything. What's there? Oh, it's not far away. Let's just go over and have a look. I need to put the marker there. We don't get off in the wrong direction. Quite tricky here because you turn this over, stuck on these right. Until you've had accidents, you don't really realise how difficult and cautious you have to be in this game. Dipping over there with those rocks wouldn't have been very recoverable. Some vehicles like this one, I do have a self winch. So I can winch myself even with the car on its side, but a lot of vehicles you can't winch unless you've got the engine running, and generally when you put the engine on its side, engine can't start, it turns off, so then you can't use the winch. You would have to another vehicle. This looks like it's got concrete in it. Concrete. Sometimes you'll get free, well, some of the stuff for some of the jobs in the trailer, but that's probably going to be, but I don't know why it's linked to task. Hey there, fixing a bridge. I'll accept it. But it's not actually going to be fixed with that material. It's definitely wooden planks. Okay, so I'll leave this here, I think, for the moment. Don't know, but we'll need to get the planks. Do the fleet start. Fleet star, white star, and mixed up. So yeah, we'll need to go back to... Where did we get the logs from? What's this place? Somehow I've already used... How did that use? I just filled it out. I didn't leave the engine on, did I? It's used like 20 litres of fuel. Might have actually left the engine on. If you leave the engine on in hard mode, it does. I want to cut this corner sharp because it will roll me. Let's go through the muddy bit. Okay, More wood is needed. Starting to rain. Whoa. Nearly lost it. Keep away from that edge, we don't roll over there. Also, because this has the crane, it's great. Sometimes those legs, even when they're retracted, get stuck on rocks and that have got holes in there. So when this thing gets stuck, it sometimes really gets stuck. I had whole videos of me just spending... One video I spent over 3 hours trying to rescue a truck. Well, began a truck, then I ended up having to rescue 2 trucks. And then even I think actually 2 trucks and then my scout got stuck, so then I had to get my other scout to try and help that scout. So then, and it was nearly 3 to 4 hours before I got myself out of the... Right, so we've got to follow on round because I need to stick to the main roads in this thing. I don't know, to be honest, that route isn't so bad actually. Let me do it. It was muddy at the bottom here, but it wasn't the cut. That road round to the left, where it's meant to be, was like this bit there. But why would you? Yeah, it's just perfectly fine. Right. Let me drive round. Back. Let me try and get a little bit nearer this time. About 3 feet away. You don't have enough room for the crane if you get too close, so whoops. Probably there. Okay. And I have to have the engine running to use the crane, so we will activate the anchor. Go to crane mode. Bring across, come out a bit, connect. Pick it up. Drop it in there. Now I'll probably save myself a bit of time by not packing them one at a time. I can stick it on the back. Okay, that'll do. Pull the crane, cargo, and we are good. So I think even with a cargo, we're okay to take the shortcut. There's this bit I was worried about. You don't need to do it because this bit's so good. Just go across. Ooh. Ubisoft co-founder Gilnot recently died. Really? Wow. I didn't know that, no. He just stood down, I think, because he was making Hexe. And I think he stood down or they replaced him or something. Unless I'm thinking of someone else. So many people dying in GA aircraft and stuff. He was flying in a Cessna 421 tourist plane. In what country? As I was like Nepal or something, was it? On some holiday or something. Did it say where or where the crash was or what country it was in? Oh, bad stuff keeps going on every day, man. News is so depressing. Right, let's get across this bridge past the... I was just wondering whether I should probably fill up with fuel again on the way, but because we'll be down to 150 or something, 160 maybe. Whoa. There's real inertia and stuff in this game with weight as well. It's like going down slopes with loads. Can't just stop. Plane was just landing in France. Oh, really? And France would have been good. Well, I wonder if it wasn't up in the Alps or mountains, right? Was it? I mean, if it's a tourist plane, it must have been. You know, wouldn't have been landing at like Charles de Gaulle or something. Because, well, in the small planes, like 80–90% of it is to do with pilot error. Quite easy, really, even for good pilots to get things wrong. But if it's weather, if it's snow, ice, fog, low cloud, if it's a tourist plane, it sounds like it might have been. I mean, those 421s don't carry a lot of people. Like it's, I'm not sure that 421, but I think it's something like 8 or 12 people or something. And those, it's like the sort of like the caravans a bit. I don't know where La Boelle is, but I mean it's not skiing season, so I wouldn't have thought. Well, I'm just going to go get a bit of fuel because I cut that corner a bit too much. Because it's a little bit of a trek to the bridge and then also coming back. Fuel. The amount of fuel per litre as you go through in this game is crazy as well. You already used 200 litres of fuel for that thing. stop the engine while I check the map. Oh, actually, it's not far then. This is the bridge. I think we just got to come here then. Well, actually, it won't. It'll be like the other one. There'll be a thing here to start it, and then. Okay, we probably just go left here then. I don't think this bit's too bad. Let's have a look. We didn't need the fuel. I'll go have a little look at that then. I mean, I do spend quite a lot of time, you know, because I used to fly and stuff. I do follow quite a few channels about air crashes and stuff, and there's only a couple that I really watch that are done by proper professionals that give you proper information instead of speculation. One of them is oh god, I've forgotten his name now. Yes, we've already accepted this job. It's one of the things that annoys me the most, actually, people commentating on air crashes and stuff. People go, oh, why didn't it just stop? It's like, Jesus, man, tell me you don't know anything about aviation. People say ridiculous things. Couldn't you just stopped on the runway? It's a very interesting subject. But I'm like a worrier by nature and stuff now, so it's like... See, I'm not getting the show thing come up here again, it's like last time. Is it? Again, because I do... I'm pretty sure you don't need to unpack it, do you? Or is it? I can't remember. I think it made any difference last time. Yes, I have to sort of get it all in, but we're in. The Lex should show up saying what's going on here either. Unless I've got the wrong cargo, let me double check. Be sure this is bridges and men. The wooden planks, same as what we had. I think it's changed job, hasn't it? It's gone to the fuel order. Hang on, that's probably why then. I thought these showed up even if you weren't on the job, but we've gone and... Right, let's start tracking the job. Yeah, that's why then. Okay. All right. 24,009. Okay, that bridge is done. This is just fixing logistics, so probably won't get much more time. I mean, the football's at 6. I'll probably go half, so I might have another hour, so I can probably get the scout across now. There's wolves in this game. I don't know what happens with the wolves in these, do they? I think it's one of the things you do. You have to go around to take pictures of them. It's like it's one of the tasks. They're not one of the main. But yeah, we could get these watchtowers. So really, there's there's a bridge like, so if I get here, we go do this one, and then the other one we need to... so I won't take the truck across at the moment. I think I'll leave that somewhere, but here's not a good place. Let's back it up a bit. Brake on, stop the engine. Okay, and then let's switch over. Of course, he's all the way back here, isn't he? Okay, and we want to drive this fellow. We might need some fuel. I mean, technically we don't, but I've got to probably go past, and then we're going... Well, it looks like there's... Oh yeah, there's this truck over here, isn't there? I need this fellow. Right, let's go there, because I won't drive the truck but I need to unlock it. It's that begins with P or something. Quite a good truck, but it does need upgrading. But once we unlock it or something, you can just fast travel to it. Just hold the right mouse button to... The map controls in this game are just so whack. Yeah, okay, so we'll go up there, do this, and then come back. Okay, let's do this quickly. Slight distraction. It doesn't matter, I'm just trying to get used to the game a little bit again. Start the engine. Put the lights on. I'd love to have this thing looking brand new again, but it's fixed. I mean, it might have a little bit of engine damage and things now, but it's not badly broken. But the bodywork gets broken, and sometimes it does affect the driving, but a lot of it... Oh, this is a problem. It's a problem because there's not much to winch on, and there's quite a current that's going to wash my car away. Heavier truck would be better than this, to be honest, but then if that got stuck, this thing couldn't pull the truck out, although the truck can... Right, so I'm going to drive towards these rocks, almost dead ahead, and we'll see, but if the engine gets flooded... Let me switch off. Quite. That's yeah, getting this truck out of here, I think. I have to get it to a garage to upgrade it, so you can't upgrade it on the spot. What's it? I'm sure it begins with P or something, this thing. Yeah, Pacific P16. I remember watching... I mean, I got this game after watching... what's his name now? He stops in every now and again. Oh my... We'll find a way. What's going on here? So the people I watch for a lot of air crash information, like that's sensible, that know what they're talking about, and they don't go, oh, I think the wing fell off, you know, rather than they'll go, well, this is what we know, this is the fact so far. One guy's called Pilot Debrief, and he is an ex-military pilot, and And the other one, which is actually kind of better for more is called what's his name? Oh, there's so many channels. So it's amazing. Blancalerio. So BLANCOIRIO, Blancalerio channel. That's really good for. I mean, he'll sometimes have stuff up within hours, or it depends where he is. But he's very, very factual, and he'll say, "Well, this is what we know. I'm not going to speculate on this. I'll come." And then he does some follow-up videos once a bit more is known and stuff. But yeah, Pilot Debrief and Blancalerio are some of the best ones out there. They actually look at crash reports and ADS-AB data and all that sort of stuff. But if it's just happened, there probably won't be anything up about this just yet. And then Mr. Farquhar was the guy that I watched, and I remember watching him for hours driving this Pacific around. So, hang on. Just not sure. So has this thing got fuel? Is this thing broken? Change truck, Pacific. So it's full of fuel, which is good. Am I meant to take a trailer with me or anything? I need to get this thing to a garage so I can upgrade it, but I don't think there's any garages on this map. You'd have to go off the map. There's a way out here, and the one that we came through. But I need to see where their connection points are, so I'm just going to get this to the fuel station if I can get across this water. It's got quite a high clearance, but I think this thing is maybe even just... I don't think it's got all-wheel drive, I think it's just front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. But, yeah, I don't know if Mr. Farquhar was here, he could probably tell me more about this. Let's see. Full speed. Get it across. Come on, baby, come on. I'm getting stuck there. But I can get an engine upgrade. You can upgrade the nozzles, not nozzle, the exhaust, so that they've got more water clearance. You can upgrade the tyres all the way. All weather tyres, terrain cut tyres, all different types of tyres. But it's quite a nice truck. Let's have a look. I'm not even seeing what this is inside. They all have slightly different interiors as well. Cool, man. Right, where am I going for the... I need to go left. There's a trailer up here, isn't there? Unlock that as well with the scout. Maybe do that and then come through there. Jobs are piling up. So yeah, we need to go left across these bridges and then wait. Doesn't have a very good turning circle, this though. If I could show you the garages, I could. I mean, I don't have the. This thing's bigger than the bloody bridge. This is difficult. Let's just go. Let's go. 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 Don't look. Don't click twice. My wheels are going to come off. Truck's too big for the bridge. But yeah, if you put the more powerful engine and the better tyres on this night, you can probably raise the suspension as well. Although every time you raise the suspension, of course, it makes things much more tippy. Oh dear, already damaged the engine. .300 litres of fuel. They're all slightly different fuel tank size, but then often you think, oh, it's got a bigger fuel tank, but then it drinks more fuel, of course. I need to not hit this. This game does require patience, something I'm often sorely lacking. When did it happen, Boxing? If you have, did it happen today or did it happen yesterday? I don't really need to go up here for fuel, but we'll put it up here anyway until we work out what we're going to do. But I've got a new truck. That is pretty in this game. Whenever you get a new truck or vehicle, especially if it's a new type, these things, and they all have different attachments, so you can't always take all the trailers with you because some of them are this, some of them are that. I actually, let me just, no, winch it, I can't. I'm just going to park this thing back here. For now, we can get fuel for it. Cool. We've got that recovered. And then once you've got a bit of vehicle or a trailer, it's then you can fast travel to it on the map. Well, you can't fast travel to a trailer, but you can see it, and you get XP for collecting them. You think there's a planned air show in the area? I mean, who knows? I mean, it could have hit another vehicle. Would the planes you flew smaller or bigger than the Cessna? It would have been smaller. Because yeah, this thing has 8 or 12 seats. The things I flew, the biggest I flew was six seats. Hyper Warriors and stuff mostly I flew. Happened yesterday. Oh, I might check Blankalerio then, see if he's got anything on his channel. A quick look. I mean, anything. I mean, you know, even if it's not famous people, they will usually cover it. But BBB Blankalerio, where are you? Where are you? So he's got the citation crash, the one where they were trying to get the people out of the cockpit. I thought, well, shit, they're not going to get them out of there. Got the butler. Yeah, you might like some of this channel actually. Boxing. Let me link it for you to save you time. So go add that guy, and also let me get the other one. And you also learn a bit more about flying and terminology on this. Some of it will go a little bit over your head if you've not got used to some of the terminology, but they're very good at trying to explain things. Where's the other one? Name again now. Give me a sec. I mean, Mental Pilot does a lot of airline stuff. He does some very high production videos. He's very good as well. Doesn't tend to cover too much of the general aviation stuff though. MP, didn't it? Pilot deep. Sec. Yeah. So I would always go to Blankalerio first, and then also check this guy. Stuff. So, but Blankalerio hasn't got anything up yet on it. It may still be too soon. Yeah, this guy's called Hoover or something. This guy was I think an F-18 pilot or something. But he's very good in the way, and he also was an instructor and a safety instructor and stuff or whatever. Pilot debrief and stuff. But Blankalerio is very experienced. pilot, and also an instructor and stuff. And yeah, neither of them have got stuff up on it just yet, but I'll have a look into that then. Did you see it on the main news? Was it on like Sky or BBC or something? Well, yeah, it depends how all that stuff panned out, you know. It happened at night, or well, I kind of have the same as well, boxing, but you know, I also can be quite, you know, it's kind of weird, like, but it's not, you know, I mean, we talked about this, about other subjects, like, you know, the history. I still need you to keep on those videos we watch. You got the Civil War stuff, Vietnam stuff, you got lots of stuff to catch up on. I've probably got about another 10 subjects and areas for you to watch. But the thing is, forget about the weird of what it is actually, it's learning and understanding. Just like history and stuff, you know. If you like learning and you like understand, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Why did Caesar do this then? What was the politics there? Why did this break? Okay, it wasn't just this broke. It was this, and then this happened, and then this effect. You know, they always talk about in aviation disasters about the Swiss cheese model, where, you know, and it's pretty much always 3 or 4, 5 things have to line up. You know, this person, this day, this decision to go when they shouldn't have gone, and this mechanic, and then, you know, this light not working, and, you know, and it's kind of crazy because most disasters are a whole series of things that lead to it happening. It's never just one thing, you know. There can be things that can have a bigger factor, but still, any one of sometimes 10 things different would have maybe made it not crash or happen. So right, so we've gone up here, get the truck, so we need to jump back. I see there's a trailer up here, so I think if I get time to do it, we're not going to get many jobs done on this stream, but it's 5 o'clock already. A lot of the trailers now, you do end up with 5 or 6 trailers you never use on each map in hard mode, but I will uncover them, because some of the trailers you do need to use for specific jobs. It's a certain type of trailer, not like at its hitch point. Let's go this way, same route, hold it. That didn't work out so well. Can get washed away, some of the currents, if the water, like if it gets too, you just get pushed away by the current, and then you flip over, and then that's that vehicle lost. But yeah, I mean, but aviation, you know, not the mechanics of it, the way planes fly, the way you fly a plane, navigation, weather. I mean, it's a whole series of subjects that I find fascinating as well, not just, you know, the flying part, the whole, you know. But then I find most things interesting, you know, sailing's interesting, flying's interesting. No, I might get lost here. I'm going to try and get this trailer unlocked, and then I would come through this gap and go across. I don't think we'll get these towers done today. I'm not sure. Let's see how we... I don't know how much I'll stream this. Sometimes it's a game people watch or don't watch. Do I need to... Yeah, I need to put this road here. Oh god. That's steeper than it looks. You've never been on a plane? Really? Oh, you should book yourself a trip then, getting like cheap Ryanair or EasyJet, get over to Belgium or France or something. So the more you understand about flying, the less sort of scary things are. I do worry about, like, you know, relatives and people of mine sort of flying, not because, you know, but it depends. Just, it's that whole thing of like when you're not in control. But even when people try, you know, I'm one of these people that says, tell me when you get there. Just kind of annoying, really. Okay, so we've got another trailer here, and this one looks like it's metal beams. Does it say on here, the map? I think it says on the interactive map, but let me check that again. It says on the interactive map what the... Click on it, it will say, yeah, it's metal beams. But, you know, if I need 2 metal beams, and this happens to be the nearest, then it's worth having it as an option, but we're not really going to do too much with that. Let's see if I get through this gap though, but the engine is about 20% damaged now. There's a cut through here. That looks a nightmare. If I roll this thing here, I'm not going to get the other trucks in to fix it. Let's tow it out. Also, there's no trees to... What I might do here is I might go into low gear, which isn't very fast, but it can... Also, this game's fit. If you just spin away, you know, your digster, sometimes you just need to keep constant or low revs to sort of get through an area rather than just wheel spin it. Okay, that worked out. Let's just check where we are. Yeah. So, essentially I'd probably be doing, I mean, both of these not much different. So weird, yeah. Probably would do this next, I think. Let's have a look. We cross that bridge, then we're going to go up. Service trailer here, but I don't think I can use the service trailer for the Scout, because to use the service trailer you actually have to be attached to it, and the Scouts can't attach to service trailers. So I'd actually need a service centre or a garage. Oh, good. That's not good. Wants to tip over as well. But yeah, if you like that sort of stuff, whatever, you'll quite like the Blancalerio and Pilot Debrief channels. And as I say, the information they give is very sensitive, professional, and measured. Right, now it might be quicker to go to this other one. Where am I? There's a trailer up here. Probably don't really need. There's a service thing just here. Go up. It's a bit hard to get to. You can get up this road here. I think this one still would be the best one to do. If we get time to do it before I have to go. Oh dear. Okay, got ourselves stuck here. Do low gear. I don't like that, does it? Let me try and winch a little bit out of here. Okay. Okay. Right, where's this service trailer thing? Here. If we can cut through, so I need to go up. I'll cut through if I can. I'll discover the service trailer. I'm pretty sure I can't repair at this. I'm going to go over that rock. Oh, he nearly falls over. I'll just double check, but I'm pretty sure this thing can't connect to service trailers. Almost out of fuel. Yeah, I can winch to it, but that doesn't allow me to do the repair. Kind of wish... Well, actually, maybe... No. I can repair for my roof rack, but I kind of wish you could just occasionally repair off these trailers. But like a truck, like the other Fleet Star, if I winched, if I attach to it, then you can repair yourself. Yeah, this is actually not good. I've got a rock in front of me and the trailer behind me blocking me. But you could do like a little weekend thing, like, I mean, it wouldn't take too much money, but if you did like a weekend flight to, say, you know, it could be Amsterdam, it could be Paris, you know, and just to do like 2 nights or something. I'm gonna need to fill up on my roof rack. Half of it gone. Hopefully we'll get enough fuel to get up there and get back to the garage. I want to go up here. Try and get this watchtower done, and then I'll probably leave it there for today's stream video. Joker's gone and got Jurassic Park 3 and says he's loving it on Twitch. Boxing, making me very jealous. Oh, right, so where am I going to go here? So I've got to go this road round to the right. I'm going to go through the lake. It's going to be a bit tricky. It's the cambers that get you, man. And gravity. And went off there. looks a bit muddy there. There are trees to pull through, but no. It's a bit bumpy here though, isn't it? Oops. Stay out of that mud. Oh god, this looks awful. Oh no. Right, let's power it on through. Let's go through here. Not super speed, but let's keep the speed going. I don't want to get stuck here. I'll winch off this thing in front of me. Not close enough. This looks a bit tricky here. You lose your momentum. Low gear. Get up this side a little bit, looks a little bit drier, but phew! I got my heart going. Thought I was going to get stuck there. I mean, not only is recovering a truck in hard mode very expensive, almost game-breaking expensive, but also puts you back at a garage on another map like miles away, so then, you know, it doesn't solve the job that you're on or mean that you can be. Okay. One more watchtower on this map to do then. And there's an objective here. Or near here. Okay, so that's defogged that bit of the map. 10 hook. So this would be... So, yeah, we come up this road here. It's actually then you need to come down this grey road here that goes to that bit, and then goes across sort of a bridge, and then a very tricky bit of road that sort of comes underneath and east of this tower. So, what time is it? 5:15. About 10 minutes. But I'm a bit worried about fuel because although I'd have fuel to get there, I probably wouldn't be able to get back. So I think... Shame none of this is fuel, is it? Ba-da-dum-ba. Job down there, isn't it? So, looking at the map as well, I don't think on the interactive there's no fuel or anything up there. Some parts. Watchtower. These hidden tags are, I don't remember they being on the map before. There's 2 on this map. So I think I'd have to go all the way back to get fuel, and then when I come up, I would come up this main road to there. So let's get back to the service trailer and beyond if we can. Careful, I don't turn this over here. And you're always sideways onto a slope. have to go across this water, don't we? Yeah. Log in front there, but when I try and do attachment, it's basically about sort of 10 to 15 feet in front of me, the range of the winch. I can probably attach the wrong end. Okay, we're across. I need to get this thing to a garage as well though. Its engine is probably about 60%. Okay, now this road's a little bit tricky. Not too quick here. Okay, it's there. Service trailer will be... Wait. Oh, yeah. So I don't remember going through. Oh, I didn't, did I? I went through this bit here. Pretty bad, yeah, getting that utility trailer out of there. Don't necessarily need to move it. It would be a repair garage for those that could connect to it. Right, across the bridge and back to the garage, and then I will have to leave it there. Fill up in the watchtower. The last watchtower will be the next. But then you have to do, like this map that we've come to, stuff is all we've done is fix 2 bridges and do some watchtowers. None of them are actually being completion tasks. I was going to try and show you the garage and the upgrades, but I might be able to do that before I log off by switching to the garage. I don't think there's any vehicles in there though. Oops, took that rock. A lot of leapfrogging in this game, both for fuel and vehicles. Right, there's that cut through that we came through, but we're going to go the other way, straight to the garage. We've got 2 bridges done, 3 watchtowers, and we've unlocked the Pacific truck. So it's pretty successful. Let's just fill this up with fuel. I also need to fill up the roof, so I need to do it from the carrier. It's easy to take it from the wrong stuff, so that would be taking it from the Pacific, so we need it from the carrier going to the Scout. Okay, and then I want to fill up the roof rack. I can also fill up the Pacific. Okay. Nice. Right, we'll leave it there